Hi there, welcome to the weekly Ripple Wyckoff wild speculation. And we all know over the past few days there was a little bit of, oh, actually quite a large dose of um, hormone booster that get the market excited. However, there is probably going to be a wild ride or even more wild roller coaster ride coming for the next month or months. Um, when we look at the Wyckoff weekly chart of Ripple, we're seeing this upward, little peak upward. It's entirely normal that we're just seeing another last point of supply, and if there are really crazy good news, there could be an upwards of the distribution, but let's not be too excited for now, given like it's there are many more important things happening around the world, and it doesn't seem like the clouds are going to be cleared very soon. Before getting into more details, these sessions are not financial advice and they're for education research purpose only. And having said that, your comments and discussions are very welcome. So feel free to drop a few lines in the comment section. So going back to the chart, even though it's around or above the purple resistance line defined by the automatic reaction, it doesn't mean it's going to be staying there for long. Unless positive news continue to happen. If it comes back down, obviously the next support would be around $1.40. If it could successfully stay above the purple, the top of the trading range would be all the way up to $2.60, 61 cents, that kind of level. Remember always that a range, not just fixed number, so it can go a little bit higher before it returns. However, it's having lower lows. The highs we'll see when this peak finally forms. It may be lower peaks as well. If like a downward wedge is forming, then there may be a little bit of upward action. However, it's too early to tell. So the downward wedge I'm talking about, let's change back to candles. It's more or less the same. Just want to see clearly the tops. So this looks like a downward wedge to me. So a downward wedge, according to textbook, it's a bullish pattern. Whether that's going to happen again, if you're interested, let me just keep this over here. However, retain it to the weekly level only. If it really does break out and like the textbook says, I've already mentioned there's a resistance line over here at around $2.60. If we look at the daily chart, the current price actions is still within the tentative downward box or the downward playground zone, this light blue one that I've drawn. So depending on when it's going to reach the top of this box, currently the highest point would be around $2.30. Obviously it can go a little slightly higher, or if there are crazy news, it can grow crazily high, and then immediately next day it will come back down to this trading range. However, what I'm trying to say is it still hasn't broken outside of this downward trend, and the top is around $2.30, and the bottom can be $1.70 or even lower, depending on how it evolves over the next 2-3 weeks. So that's pretty much it for Ripple. I'll move on to Ethereum next.